If you're a brand new content creator and you're a brand new viewer to YouTube, or you are a streamer here on YouTube, you may have noticed that some channels have more than one channel attached to their own channel, their main channel. But why? And the big question is, should you, as a new content creator, go for two channels or one? The answer lies in the type of content you are going to provide for YouTube and your audience. I am Gaming Yuki, and today we're going to take a look at what what should I do? A single channel or a multi-channel strategy? We'll take a look at my channel, and we're going to take a look at a math channel that actually only does one channel in play. Let's get started. And if you guys like this type of content where I talk about stuff about YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, as well as my own streaming journey, and if you like gaming and tutorials, this channel is for you. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for more details. So, let's first examine the type of content I have on this channel, my main one, Gaming Yuki. If you think it's gaming, yes it is, and no it's not. I'll explain why in a moment. So if you know my channel well, this channel actually mostly is dedicated to a tutorial series called the Mudebot. This is the first series that I have done where it actually took off big time. And I was not thinking about this way back then. So back in a few years ago, 2 years ago, I started my first tutorial on this bot, and it's a game where in a Discord where you can name anime characters. At the time, I did not think about it too much, just because I'm like, oh, I'm new to YouTube. A year later, I get 60,000 views on that said video. Almost 60,000 views on the said video. Then I did another one, then another one, and one of them already has 797,000 views with just a few days ago. So all of a sudden, here comes tutorials on my channel. Then this tutorial series spawned a new one, the Rinbot. Then I got into emulation and actually Dolphin, but Melon DS was my first emulator I talked about. Other than Dolphin, where I talked about deep dive into the emulator, the settings, how to set it up, and all that good stuff. Then I got into VR chat last year. And yes, there is a VR chat live next Thursday where we're going to start with a new season. Hopefully. We'll see what happens. But that's for another video. And then we got reaction videos on the board. Then we have this. We have the channel layout. So what is my channel particularly? This is a single channel multiplex with a multi-channel strategy. Why do I say that? Because all the content here is going to be the same content here. What I mean? VR chat adventures. Anime games will be an anime game, Anime Yuki. And spooky games like Spooky Yuki Night's Cry of Fear will also be appearing here. But there are two channels I never talked about. Francis the Hedgehog and Retro Yuki Game Dev. Retro Yuki Game Dev is its own thing. That's a game development channel, and it's not on the main channel because it's more of me showing off the game I'm developing. Therefore, it's its own channel and does not get on the board on the main channel. But what about Francis the Hedgehog though? This is a very particular case where it's specialized content. What I mean by specialized content in terms of my wording is where it refers to a number one character, number two types of content for said character, and number three any additional content for said character. Who is the character? Francis the Hedgehog. What does he do? He plays Mario and Sonic games. Hence the coloring of the word, of the name. What else? VR chat. Eventually in the future, I will have his model in VR chat. If you want to know how he looks like, Here you go. This blue boy is Francis the Hedgehog. This blue boy over here is Sonic. This light blue boy is Francis the Hedgehog now. And this light blue boy on my main channel is also Francis the Hedgehog. But why a multiplex? Because the content you're going to see here or it's going to be the same thing when I move it over to these channels. Now, I'm not going to completely move it, but I'm going to copy it and add new content here as well. There is one channel missing called Yuuki, and that particularly is going to be on the bot tutorials here, which I actually started doing on a few days ago. And I'm going to port some over there or maybe do the 2022 versions. So that's why it's multiplex. But does it need to be multiplex? The reason why a multiplex is because there's a double. Because we have the tutorials and then the gaming side and then we have the live streaming side. That's why it's a multiplex. But when is it okay to do a single channel and a multi-channel? Let's take a look at a math channel that has a single channel strategy, and that is called, this channel is called the Organic Chemistry Tutor. Why this particular channel though that we're taking a look at? Because if we take a look at the channel itself, the channel talks about, well, math. It talks about math, all kinds of math, at least in the college level. It talks about chemistry. It talks about physics. It talks about organic chemistry, pre-algebra, new algebra, geometry, trigonometry, if you guys know your sine and cosine, pre-calculus, and calculus, the regular calculus material. But they have a YouTube short material here. Okay? But you may have noticed something missing. On my channel, I have another section called Around the Yuuki Net, meaning like on other channels I have played with. This one doesn't. Why? There is a single channel strategy because there is more math and more tutorial math, and you may have noticed they have playlists. So anything about chemistry goes into the chemistry playlist. Algebra goes into pre-algebra, and actually anything pre-algebra goes into pre-algebra, and anything calculus goes into their calculus or pre-calculus playlist wherever it fits. But still the same concept. It's a single channel. Could they have done multi-channel strategy? Yes. They could have one for geometry. They have one for trigonometry. They could actually do one for geometry play category where it's geometry, like geometry or trigonometry. Or they could have a calculus channel for calculus and pre-calculus. Easy, they could have easily done that. But why they did not do it? A few reasons why. First of all, it's 2 or more channels you're managing at the same time. Okay? So on my channel, I can manage my own main channel easy because I upload here more times than live streams now. But what happens here? I choose a day, which is why you've been voting on the polls. But I choose a day to upload to said channel. For example, Friday, we have our Spooky Yuuki Friday. So there's going to be an upload here. Or VR Chat Tuesdays or Thursdays, we have VR Chat Adventures. Or Anime Yuuki Tuesdays, we have an anime game on this channel. And so on. The only 2 channels, actually Francis the Hedgehog as of day now, Wednesday. So Wednesdays, you're gonna hear from our boy Francis the Hedgehog, and so on. But is it possible for me to do it on this channel too? Yes, it is. But is it the main portion of the channel? The answer is no. And why? Because most of my content are tutorials. Most of the views are coming for the tutorials. Which is why I said, you know what? Let's live stream less and cover more. Which is why I will be having a video for you guys tomorrow or whenever it comes out about the channel direction starting this summer. But this is a multiplex. That is a single channel multiplex with a multi-channel strategy. But the big question you might be asking is it worth it as a duo or a trio or a quad channel strategy? The answer is, unless you know what you're doing, the answer is no. Only because you have to manage more than one channel per single session. But if you have a set channel strategy where it's one day for one channel, the next day for the other one, then it's considered okay for a dual channel strategy or multi-channel strategy. But if you are not capable of multiple channels, then it's okay to do it on one channel, provided that you do keep up with the content. The most common example of a dual or multi-channel strategy when it comes to gaming is you do your upload channel, your main one talks about tutorials or the gameplay or long play or whatever. Then you have a live stream channel for your live streams. Then you have a clips channel, aka YouTube Shorts channel on YouTube. That's the only time I see you guys doing a multi-channel strategy when it comes to gaming. But for the most part, until you get to that point where you can manage 2 channels or more, I would stick with the single channel strategy, specifically because it's number one, less work. You still have to do videos and content, but you do less work because you are creating more and live streaming less. And I'm going to talk about another topic about that: live stream less, create more, and why it's better to live stream less and create more. So make sure you guys stick around for that. If you guys enjoyed what you talked about today, make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, and enable your notifications. Next video, we're going to be talking about the idea of the gifted membership and experimenting with your content. We're talking about experimenting with content in terms of what you have. That's all for now. We will see you guys in our next talk video. Enjoy.